Kyle always gave me the creeps. I mean, really creeps, okay? There was just something about him that didn't sit well with me. And then not speaking on top of it made it worse. And the problem was that I knew he could speak. I had heard him speak. And then I watched here and there, and I watched that he happened to be around, and I noticed this wide brim hat rubbish start coming up, and I thought, this is not cool. This is not good. And then people were all rushing to do a special thing for him with wide brimmed hats for his birthday or whatever. And I thought, this now has just become kind of treble creepy. Okay. His Twitter I haven't seen, so I can't say anything about the Twitter except that it was kind of horrific from what I can make out. Okay, from what people are saying. And asking for people's addresses. Okay, so that he can send them a wide-brimmed hat. Sorry, in this day and age, you ain't going to get my address, some strange creepy man that won't speak. Okay, who pretends that he can't speak. Okay, on YouTube, wanting to send me a wide-brimmed hat to feed his fetish. No. You're not going to get my information, number one. Number two, you never asked me if I would be prepared to feed your fetish. Okay? So you're doing something without my permission. And I'm sorry, to me, that's kind of personal. A fetish is not something that everybody blasts out all over YouTube 24/7, A fetish is something private. I have nothing against... Okay, yeah, there's some fetishes that are really, really gross. Okay? And in some cases, I would disassociate myself with the person. For the simple fact, that would be my problem. I wouldn't be able to get past the fact that the fetish they had was really, really gross. Some of them are dangerous. Okay? Some of them are just, okay, yeah, they might gross one out, okay, because one doesn't like that sort of thing, but they're not sort of threatening or dangerous or anything like that, okay? This one isn't. But the problem is that when you are blasting it all over YouTube, okay, and making out that you're somebody that you're not, and doing it to unsuspecting, I'm not going to say innocent, unsuspecting woman, to partake in a fetish that they really don't know anything about. And maybe they're busy, and a guy wanting to send you a wide-brimmed hat, or a guy wanting you to wear a wide-brimmed hat, because they're busy and they're occupied with whatever real-life things are going on, okay, they don't really take notice of it. And think, whoa, wait a minute. And maybe they like the attention, whatever it is, okay? But the problem is that the reason for wanting to send the woman the wide-brimmed hat is not honest and truthful. You're not giving the person, the woman, the option to opt out or opt in. You are planting your sexual preference onto somebody without them even knowing it. And that for me is wrong. It really is. You don't do that sort of thing. And you see what makes things worse for me is that you go around spreading it all over the internet and all over YouTube, and in people's minds, to make it acceptable, in air quotes, okay, you've got to find an excuse as to why he's doing it. Oh, he's on the spectrum. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. No, that doesn't excuse anything, and it's not acceptable. It's taking advantage of women without their full permission or participation or non-participation. They must be given an option. You can't just get a preference from somebody without them knowing that that's what you want. That's what you're doing. You're sexually gratifying yourself. I'm not talking about wanking or whatever, okay? I'm talking about there is sexual gratification in what you want women to do. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it. And these women are not part of, they don't have an option. And that's what's wrong. So, trying to make it acceptable and polite and, well, it's excusable because of this and that. No, it's not. It's wrong, period. There's no and, buts and maybes and spectrums and all this kind of business. So then, that's cool. You want to go extreme, okay? You want to go really extreme. I can't remember the female serial killer's name, okay? South African actress portrayed her, all right? But she has an excuse for doing it. So her murders of the men that she killed must be excused because she has a mental issue and she has a valid excuse for why she did it. No, sorry. Look, I do not give a damn about the fetish. I have a problem with the imposition of his own sexual gratification onto women that didn't have the option to opt out or be part of it. That's what I don't like. And pretending he was someone he wasn't. You see, for starters, there's no way I would have somebody sitting on my panel not saying a word and have a whole bunch of women up there, a man, okay, sitting there in the corner silent, okay, and then writing in chat, making demands on, oh, I want to see this one with a wide-brimmed hat, and there's a whole bunch of women up on my panel and everything, and there's this creep sitting there, and he is a creeper, sitting there not saying a word, just typing in chat about some fetish that he has with women and hats and cigars and I don't know what else, okay? Because it's not the fetish that worries me. It's the creeper that worries me. It's the creeper doing things, getting women to do things, to sexually gratify him without them even knowing it. That's my problem. And people want to hate on Starlight for bringing it out in the open. Are you serious? Or is it that you just like to be abused by people? Could things have been handled better? Not to me. Because he didn't handle things very nicely, did he? So why must he be handled with kid gloves? Why must he be handled with kid gloves? Why mustn't he be accountable for the abuse that he put on to people? And yes, it is abuse. He abused his position as a friend and misled people. It's not exactly, but it's kind of the thing that Diane did. But to me, this one is way more personal, because this one has got something to do with intimacy. Oh yes, and my husband's drilling into some cupboard somewhere. I'm sorry, this business of wanting to excuse things and make them more palatable, it's not palatable. It's not right. And he has to be held accountable. Don't hurt his feelings. Oh, but he was quite prepared to hurt other people's feelings. People who were trusting him. People who were being nice to him and being kind to him and things like that. He was quite prepared to hurt their feelings and abuse them to get what he wanted. But nobody must hurt Kyle's feelings. I'm sorry. Kyle's feelings don't come into it. Well, actually, Kyle's sexual feelings started the whole business. Your feelings are the least of my worries. It's your accountability. And people, please, wake up and stop trying to make these nasty things polite and palatable. They are not. You wouldn't do it if it was a pedophile trying to get hold of your kids, would you? Well, this is somebody that's abusing the woman, the mother of your children, and getting them to partake in something that is kind of private without even them knowing it. I'm tired of excuses being made for things that are not right. I'm tired of things that are not right being made palatable. Rein your fetish in. Don't puke it out over everybody. And apologize to those women, because they needed to make a proper voice apology. Not, I want to be part of the drama. So then what are you doing in drama if the drama's too much? Get out of drama. Your fetish doesn't belong thrown up all over YouTube on unsuspecting people. Well, yeah, unsuspecting people. People have a right to an option. And when it comes to a woman, yeah, we've got a double right to option. And stop this business of pretending you can't talk. You can talk. You talk brilliantly. You talk very, very well. There's nothing wrong with your speech. And don't hide behind a mental illness or something like that. That's just a coward. That, if there is a mental illness, that mental illness didn't make you do what you did. You did that, Kyle. And you need to correct what you did. And people stop bashing on Starlight. I'm really glad that she put that out there. I really am. I'm glad that she brought it out into the forefront and gave people the option. Knowledge is power. It's ignorance that kills. So just remember that, okay? Before you want to start slinging at her and performing at her for bringing out stuff like that. Knowledge is power. Ignorance kills. But it just shows you, ladies, that we really need to pay attention to what's going on around us. Even on YouTube. Even more so on YouTube. And you don't go handing out your address to a person that you don't even know. For a wide brimmed hat? Come on. You're selling yourself cheap. Really. No, stop it now. Common sense is still a word in the Oxford Dictionary, okay. Well, a couple of words. And it still has some damn good meaning. It's about time people learn to use it.